I prayed for this and it happened.
Well, it turned out to be true. We are getting a remaster of Sonic Generations to come out on all current consoles. We're not just getting a simple remaster though, no. This time, Shadow the Hedgehog is joining the adventure with his own separate campaign where he gets new stages, new bosses, and a completely new story. Coming out in autumn of 2024. There's quite a bit to talk about here, so how about we...
What took y'all niggas so damn long? Holy shit! Us Shadow fans have been waiting for y'all asses to finally give Shadow the motherfucking props he so rightly deserved. And it's about damn time. Shit. Glad to see y'all doing a proper remaster to Generations mid-ass gameplay and graphics.
Okay, as I was going to say, first off, why are they choosing Sonic Generations to be remastered? Sonic Generations is already on PC and you can get it on Steam right now. What about the games that really need a remaster like Sonic Heroes or Sonic Unleashed? I have a few deductions about this decision. Sonic Generations is very old. The game came out in 2011 running on 7th gen consoles minus the Wii, and on Windows 7's computer. The PC port has its issues like all the other Sonic PC ports, whether it's the game randomly crashing, frame rate, or not properly reading your controller. Generations isn't a demanding game at all, but it can certainly use a 2024 touch-up to clean things up. This, however, comes with an issue. The fear that Sonic Team would delist the current PC port of Generations much like they did with the classic games when they released Sonic Origins. Delisting the current PC port would mean killing all of the mods for Generations that's been around for decades, and Sonic Generations is like the top Sonic game for modding. These mods have made Generations even better and increased its lifespan. There would be major backlash if they decide to delist it, so I pray that they don't make the same mistake again. Another reason they're probably remastering Sonic Generations is because it's one of the more universally beloved games in the franchise. I know Sonic fans are always fickle about what games are considered good and bad, but I think the majority widely agrees that Generations is a great game. It makes sense bringing one of the more widely praised games to more platforms. I mean, they tried to do that with Sonic Colors, but we all know how that ended up. Sonic game remasters and ports don't really have a great track record though. Hopefully this Generations remaster can finally break that curse and end up being good. I obviously have my fears, but I won't be a complete pessimist.
Y'all seriously think niggas will play this mid-ass shit again? Without incentive? Y'all got problems. Mods made this game bearable in the first place. So now y'all trying to remaster it? The fuck? Just make Generations 2 or some shit. Oh fuck. Y'all did. Forces. Ugh, this gonna have me skeptical than a motherfucker.
The big draw of this remaster is that Shadow the Hedgehog returns in a playable role in a mainline game since Sonic Forces. Having his own campaign and story completely different from the main game. This is going to be what Bowser's Fury was for the Switch port of Mario 3D World. The trailer shows Shadow going through Final Chase before dropping the most unexpected reveal. The return of Black Doom. This is crazy because for decades they've avoided mentioning anything about Shadow the Hedgehog and wanted to keep Black Doom in the coffin of irrelevancy. Now, they've brought him back for this new campaign, and he's not just a boss fight, he's an essential driving force of the story, with the Steam page for the game stating, "Play as Shadow the Hedgehog in a brand new story campaign featuring never before seen powers and abilities. When Shadow's old nemesis, Black Doom, re-emerges and threatens to take over the world, Shadow must journey into his own past, confront painful memories, face familiar foes, and unlock new powers to save the world and prove why he's the ultimate life form." Black Doom is the main villain. Black Doom, Shadow's second father, and he shares the same voice as Goku. He was Goku Black before that character even became a reality.
Tell me, is this the true form of you savage creatures? How unsightly.
Last couple seconds of the trailer showcases Shadow going through Westopolis and squaring off against the Bio Lizard again. To comment on the visuals, this campaign looks absolutely insane. Side by side compared to Generations and especially Sonic Frontiers, the Shadow campaign looks like the best looking game we've gotten since Sonic Unleashed in terms of look and animation. It's honestly beautiful. There's a fear that this campaign won't be as long as Generations and it'll end up being a 10-minute campaign like episode Shadow was in Sonic Forces. Which, it would be a waste if that was the case because there's a lot more they can do with this campaign. They have to do some digging on what levels they can use for the campaign, but there are enough resources to where they can really make something fun. In terms of how they can approach the story, that's gonna be intriguing. Despite some backlash Ian Flynn has gotten with his depiction of Shadow in the IDW comics, I think with what he was able to achieve in Sonic Frontiers, the writing is gonna be okay.
Y'all should have just made Shadow the Hedgehog 2 instead of wasting our time with the Jin's Rehash Plus. Fucking pussies. Also, if I don't see Radical Highway, The Doom, Westopolis, or even fucking Black Comet, I'm finna Chaos Blast some.
Sonic X Shadow Generations means way more than you can imagine. Not only is it bringing a very beloved game to all platforms in a, hopefully, more polished manner, but this is the return of Shadow in the spotlight. The remaster comes out in autumn of 2024, which is only a couple of days before the release of the third Sonic movie, where Shadow is going to be an essential character. Not only that, but Shadow has had a resurgence in popularity thanks to his characterization in Sonic Prime. I don't like Sonic Prime, but the one thing I will say is that Shadow is the best part of that show, and is the best he's been portrayed since Sonic 06. Having his own side game in the Generations remaster reintroduces people to who Shadow is as a character before his big theatrical debut. Shadow the Hedgehog is almost a cultural icon in gaming. Since his debut, Shadow has always been at the top of popularity right next to Sonic himself, sometimes even overshadowing Sonic himself. People like to claim he's cringe now, but back then, Shadow the Hedgehog was the definition of cool, whether he was shooting things up, brooding around, or just being a general badass. Shadow the Hedgehog is the GOAT. People's love for Shadow is the reason he didn't stay dead in Sonic Adventure 2. It's the reason why Sonic Team still tries to feature him in games and other forms of Sonic media. Does it feel shoehorned sometimes? Yes, but they know that people just love Shadow. People are passionate about how he's implemented in whatever he's in, and they have every right to be. What he brought in terms of lore and dynamic is some of the best stuff they've done in Sonic. Shadow the Hedgehog, the game, even with all of its garbage, still has some semblance of what made Shadow the character he is. The fact they're acknowledging things from that game by bringing back Black Doom means they're not afraid anymore to go back to those times where they were cringe in their writing. Yeah, it was cringe, but it had heart. It's ridiculous, yes, but they're passionate about what they're doing. It just makes me happy to see Shadow in the spotlight again.
You niggas in trouble now. Shadow is coming back and we are all here for it. If y'all fuck up, it's your ass on the silver... No, fuck that. Big ass golden platter. If we get Peter clone again, niggas gonna riot. If y'all don't give him the choice to shoot his ops in the face, niggas gonna riot. If Maria doesn't get a comeback or a better ending, niggas gonna riot. If we don't get extra DLC after the initial game comes out, fuck a riot.
This is war.
Best believe if Shadow's music ain't popping or getting asses twerking, there's gonna be hell to pay. Believe that. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Now I know me and Shadow never really see eye to eye on anything. Hell, we rarely have a lot of things in common, but I guess the one thing we do have in common is that we're both passionate about Shadow the Hedgehog, even if we have two different perspectives on Sonic Generations as a whole. In any case, I am looking forward to Sonic Generations since it is my favorite Sonic game, and I can only hope that the Shadow part is actually going to be really well put together. So, Sonic Team, all I can really do is put my hope into you that you don't mess this up.